What is up, guys? It is Lely and this is my PES 16 myClub series. Today is one of those rare non-live episodes because I thought I'd go through all this effort to do face cams and you guys just don't appreciate it, so fuck to you! Now I'm only joking, I was actually not well at the time of recording, so I thought it'll just do with a voiceover. And you can see I'm actually going into the first match of this episode with a bad result, basically that 3-1, and I come up against a 650 rated opponent. And when you look at this guy's squad, he's got Ronaldo, Messi, Higuain, Ramos, Casillas, and they're all like pretty high leveled up. Pretty much everyone in his team was at least level 45. So I thought this is going to be one of the toughest games of my life, and I'm going to have to come out all guns blazing because if I sat back, this guy has the tools to pretty much unlock any defense so easily. So I thought I'm just going to have to play in such a dangerous way so the ball stays in his half. I was going to have to use that high defensive line, make sure I put a lot of pressure on him, make this game so uncomfortable for him. I had to be really aggressive, coming with quite a few slide tackles. Nothing stupid. I wasn't being like abusive with the tackling system. I was actually mixing it up as well, keeping my game like mixed up and always keeping him guessing. But I had to pretty much be a constant threat going forward, so it didn't give him a chance to attack. So I thought if I just dilly about with the ball, he'll slowly work his way into the game. So I never really wanted him to work his way into the game. And you can see I'm going to show you a few clips here with Elton sniffing out all sorts of dangers here, because normally I abuse him, and today, not in just this match but this episode, he was fantastic. So I thought I might as well give credit to him when it's due, and he really was outstanding today. But like I said to you, I was just being a constant threat to this guy all the time. And look at that, you can see it there. Even though my pass completion wasn't high, like I said to you, I was just trying to make sure that this guy wasn't comfortable. So I was always trying to play some killer passes. I wasn't trying to be too patient with the ball. I was always making this guy think defensively. So when he was going forward, he wasn't being great with the ball. So that was my game plan. And at the start of the half, he got an early goal. So I thought, you know what, this game could swing on its head. So there's no time to actually start defending. So I just, again, straight back on the front foot. And I wasn't rushing my attacks. Like you can see here, I'm still holding it up. I wasn't, just doing it for the sake. I was actually looking for that key opening, but I wasn't rushing it as well at the same time. And as you can see here, Casemiro comes close as he hits the post. And then this game plan was very risky. Like I said, it was always that one pass away from him, being 40 yards, Ronaldo one-on-one with my keeper. That was the risk I was running all the way through the game. And Ibra here, absolutely phenomenal play. I don't like playing with Ibra too much because he just doesn't suit me, but when he can do this, he can get in my team all day long. The problem is he just doesn't do it often enough. So here, this goal that he scores now really annoys me because first of all, the company starts following him automatically. Then I actually knew he was going to pass it. I slid first and he just ignored the command. It just didn't do it. So I thought, what a stupid way to concede. And then that time I knew I wasn't going to win the ball clean there, but I thought he's going to play the ball across the goal, and I've just got to do anything to delay that passing across, and I didn't. The company did well enough there to delay it. But then I got thinking, this guy's starting to have one too many attacks for my liking, and I thought, why is that? I looked at my strikers up front and they were a bit too tired to carry out my game plan for the rest of this match. So I put Neymar onto the right, I took off Narsing for Insigne and put him on the left, took off Ibrahimovic and put an Immobile to give myself some fresh legs up front. And then as it worked out, that I started actually getting the ball to stick up front. And then this next goal here, that comes very lucky because I actually went for a header towards goal with Insigne. Didn't reach the keeper. I expected the keeper to come out and actually claim it, but he doesn't. Neymar gets there first, pops it into the back of the net to make it 4-2. And then I thought, wait, how has this guy suddenly let me get this far into the goal celebration and replay? And you know what's going to happen now, don't you? You just know it. Been perfectly fine all match, and then this. And to be fair, the way this guy played, he didn't play like a 600 rated opponent, so we know this guy's probably really a 400-500 rated opponent, but because of that stupid lag cheat and the fact that he can get away with it, that's why he's a 600 rated opponent. This guy was, when I saw his rating of 540, I thought this guy could possibly be better than the last guy I just played, and I was right, he was. This guy was better than the last guy I just played. The other guy had a false rating because he's a stupid dick who does the lag cheat. So we get into the first bit of action in this match, and yes, Immobile was offside there, but how easy it was to put him through, and it was such a tight decision. I thought this guy is going to be in trouble if that's his standard of defending. And yeah, he put a little bit of a threat going forward, but I was comfortable, more than comfortable with him having efforts like that with Helton in the form that he's in right now. Here, I play a through ball to this guy. Then I actually did try to pass it on to the guy in the back post, but he actually missed the ball altogether. And if had I actually seen his keeper coming out, I would have just took a shot at goal. But I eventually do get the breakthrough, and yes, the connection sign does come up, but it actually had very little bearing in this match. Then here, I thought he was actually going to go cross goal, but he hits it straight at Helton. Helton does well, but he couldn't really do much about this effort here, or this goal. It was a really good header. Can't really blame Helton for that, and he gets himself back on level terms. This is like one of the rare times where I actually thought, let's just pump it up to Neymar, just to put a bit of fear in this guy. I didn't actually think that Neymar was going to sprint away and get that goal. I just actually did that just to purely make this guy think that I might do it more often, and then start running back and giving me more space to play in midfield, and you know, just basically so I can pass the ball to Neymar's feet, turn around and run at him. But it actually worked, and that put me 2-1 up. The third goal there actually made me laugh because I kind of snatched at it. That's why I lobbed it, accidentally lobbed it. Because when the ball came back to Neymar, I kind of snatched at it, pressed everything on the controller, and he ends up chipping it. And luckily for me, he took control of his keeper, put him way out of position, and left that near post so open that he couldn't even come back to that. Such a slow effort, and it, you know, made it 3-1. For me, this match was pretty much over after that third goal, but this guy never actually gave up. And here, Super Helton, like Superman, didn't tip it onto the post. He actually blew it onto the post and kept it at 3-1 and stopped it being a nervy ending. So I walk away with my first 3 points of that episode. It should have been 6, but I got my first 3 there. And now we're going to the last match of this episode, and as you can see, I feel like I'm up against a much weaker team. So I rested Ibrahimovic again. This time I rested Casemiro, and last match I rested Ramos. So this time I rested Company and took out the other. Basically Ramos was back in, Company was out, so one of the defenders got a rest. Looked at his team, I thought the only real obstacle is Buffon. So when I had my first effort on goal and he caught that, I thought next one's just got to be powerful and make sure I hit the target so he doesn't hang on to it. And when I actually do get this close to goal, if you power it up so much, the keeper's going to have very little chance of actually getting anything on it, which was the case that time, and it put me 1-0 up. So I thought, okay, right, this guy can just get one goal and suddenly get his tail up. You don't know what this game's like. That's what PES is like. So I carried on attacking, Narsing with a free header on the back post, took it a lot better than I thought he would, and that kind of filled me up with confidence. So at that moment there, I thought I'll pretty much get a goal whenever I need it. But I kind of wanted this guy to rage quit, so I just piled on the pressure, and that's exactly what happened. This goal is pretty much from pressure. He tried playing his way out of defence. He pretty much did a lelly, tried passing his way out of defence, got dispossessed, and here I played this through ball to Neymar. I thought the keeper was going to come rushing out, but he doesn't, and then somehow I still managed to lob him into the back of the net. And my game plan always encourages the opponent to go with one killer pass, or not killer pass, well, yeah, it is a killer pass. So he gets a bit lucky that even though Helton does make the save, Ramos, being Ramos, pretty much realistic Ramos, just bundles it into the back of his own net. It's pretty clear that I'm going to win this match quite comfortably, so I'm going to quickly get something off my chest, which I was going to do in quite a few videos later, but seeing as the first dickhead in this episode did what he did, I might as well bring it up now. I was actually going to review my situation in January, February, see if I was going to carry on YouTubing, and when I come up against people like I did in the first match of this episode, it makes me actually want to bring it a bit forward and see how, you know, if it's worth me carrying on doing it. It's not that I actually make, it's not about the money, because I don't actually make anything off my videos at all. I don't even advertise anything like that, so it's not about the money or anything like that. But I just feel like I'm going through so much to do this, and then the PES community itself is hurting the PES YouTubers by doing this. And it's like, why am I know there's people like you, there's a lot of people that watch my videos. I say a lot, a couple hundred for me is a lot. 200-300 people I get, that for me is a lot, to be honest. If someone said to me, Lely, you're gonna get 200-300 views minimum every video, for me, I'm actually happy with that. Like, you know, I would like, I know a lot of you say that I deserve more subs and more views, but I'm providing, you know, content for you guys. But it's some of, not the ones watching me, but it's some of the guys in the same community which are killing it. They're killing the PES YouTubers. It's like, why are you doing this? Imagine I don't get promoted this season by 2 or 3 points. Can you imagine how demoralizing that is for me? I'm already thinking about it now. If I get screwed, not is it that, you know, I have to do that whole season again, but I have to edit that whole season. The amount of time that you spend editing, and then the constant reminder by editing them games, it eats at the back of your mind. You're thinking, this is so much wasted time. It's delayed my series, and it stops me actually doing other things that I want to do, uploading other games I want to play and upload. And yeah, so guys, I'm just going to say that I will probably YouTube January onwards and February onwards, because I'm actually enjoying YouTubing at the moment. But if this is Division 4 and people are cheating on me now, how much worse is it going to get when I get to Divisions 3, 2 and 1? So guys, I will obviously have a think about it then, because if I stop PES YouTubing, then I feel like I'm going to stop YouTubing altogether. I don't know. I'll see how it is at the time anyway. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, remember to hit that like button and remember to subscribe. Until next time, guys. Peace.